The story begins in the quiet space between sleep and memory. Loak drifts through a dream where he is reunited with his brother, Neteyam, beneath the endless skies of Pandora. The two soar freely on the Rikran, racing across the horizon, laughing and challenging each other like they used to. For a moment, everything feels whole again. As the land and the dream start to fade, Neteyam gently asks Loak how he died. Struggling with the weight of guilt, Loak admits that he was killed by a predator. Neteyam is shocked and saddened by this news. He asks Loak if he can forgive him. Loak nods and says that he can. The two brothers embrace and share a moment of peace. Loak confesses that he wasn't believeth eblamerest on him. Neteyam refuses to accept that answer. He pulls his brother into an embrace, assuring him that his death was never Loak's fault. When Loak wakes, the warmth of the dream vanishes, leaving only grief and guilt behind. Along the shoreline, life moves forward even as sorrow lingers. Kiri sits with Spider, listening to the waves. Spider admits how deeply he wishes she could truly connect to Iwa, to belong to this world the way the Navido. Nearby, neytiri remains trapped in mourning, her pain Rwandan relenting, while Jake grows distant and silent, burying himself in work to avoid confronting Gizlos. He begins salvaging weapons from a sunken RD aship, convinced that war will return. Lo and Sireya join him beneath the sea, retrieving guns and ammunition from the wreckage. When they return, the Metkayene are stunned. Tonawari warns Jackie that this path is not the Navi way, and Ronald insists that Ewa, Nathuman machines, will provide for them. Jackie disagrees, certain that spears and arrows will not bin up when the Sky People come back. He declares that while he will never again be Torak Makto, he will do whatever it takes to protect this family. Elsewhere, Quaritch continues his relentless hunt for the Sully family. When Hesk's commander Ardmore for another's hip, Share fuses, reminding him that the Lestone no rests at he bottom of the ocean. Back in the village, tensions simmer within the Sully family. Loak believes he's the cause of their pain, especially because Nuna speaks openly abo at neteyam anymore. Jake gifts neytiri a modified bauso shidus, not have it to set her father's, but the gesture only deepens her distress. She questions Jake's dependence on weapons and cries out inangu-ish, asking where Iwa was when their son died. Jake holds Sharand promise his love will never airfade, even as their beliefs pull them apart. Life briefly finds moments of calm. Loak introduces Spider and the others to Payakan, who has rejoined the Tolkien pods. While swimming together, Spider's mask malfunctions, nearly costing him his life until Loak finds a spare. Neytiri keeps her distance, unable to forgive Spider for his connection to humans. Soon after, the arrival of wind traders brings excitement, but also a difficult decision. Jake insists Spider must return to the Sky People Upple, fearing another mask failure could kill him. The children beg for Spider to stay, and a compromise is reached. The entire family will escort him back to get her. The journey quickly turns deadly. As they pass through a narrow passage, alarms sound, and the Ash People, the fearsome Manquan clan, attack. Chaos erupts. Fire spreads across the ships, arrows rain down, and Loak disobeys Jake's orders, entering the fight. Hisakran is struck, and Hanaroli survives the fall. Spider proves himself by saving Kiri and Tuck, while Jake and neytiri fight fiercely against the Ash leader Varang. Neytiri is wounded but refuses to fall. Explosions tear the ships apart, scattering the family into the forest below. Separated and hunted, the survivors struggle to regroup. Spider's mask battery dwindles, and when it finally fails, Kiri is forced to act. Guided by a vision of Iwa, chooses the roots of Pandora itself to save Spider's life, transforming him at a cellular level so he can breathe the planet's air. The act nearly kills her. When Spider awakens, alive and unmasked, joy and disbelief ripple through the group, until the Ash People surround them once more. Captured, tortured, and nearly executed, the group is saved through a combination of courage, sacrifice, and Awa's intervention. They escape, but the cost is heavy. Jake blames Lo, Ak for Neteyam's death in a memento frage, shattering their bond. Neytiri admits she would kill Spider if it meant protecting her family, while Jake struggles to reconcile his human instincts with Nava'i beliefs. As war looms, alliances shift. Quaritch forges a pact with Varang,
offering weapons in exchange for her fire and fury. Her hatred of Iowa burns deep, forged by the destruction of her people and forest. Meanwhile, Loake sets out to find Payukan, believing the outcast Tulkan still has a role to play. Kiri wrestles with the truth of her existence, learning she is Iowa's daughter, born without a father, and that her connection to the Great Mother comes at a deadly cost. The Sky People return in overwhelming force. Spider is captured, used as leverage against Jake. In desperation, Jake considers killing Spider to save Pandora itself, but cannot go through with it. Instead, he embraces the boy, choosing compassion over fear. Seeking another way, Jake bonds once more with the legendary Torek, reclaiming the mantle of Torek Makto and uniting the clans for war. The final battle erupts across sea and sky. Tulkan surge from the depths, smashing ships apart. Nausica's riders rain destruction from above. Jake, neytiri, Loake, and their allies fight with everything they have. Losses are devastating. Ronald dies giving birth, Payukan is gravely wounded, and the battlefield is soaked in fire and blood. But Iowa answers Kiri's plea. The sea itself rises against the Sky People, and the balance begins to shift. In the end, Jake confronts Quaritch one final time. Their battle is brutal and personal, fought amid collapsing machinery and magnetic chaos. When Spider is nearly lost, Jake saves both him and Quaritch, only for Quaritch to let go, choosing death over surrender. The war ends, not in triumph, but in hard-earned peace. In the aftermath, the clans reunite beneath Iowa. Payukan is welcomed home. Spider is accepted as one of the people. Through the spirit tree, the living reconnect with those they lost, neteyam, Grace, and countless others. Grief softens into remembrance. Pandora endures. And as the Sully family stands together once more, they understand that while the scars will never fade, they are no longer alone. The clans are united. Iowa watches. The story continues. End. Thanks for watching.